1, 2, 3. Hey babies! Welcome back to another video! About this one. Tell them hi! Hi! I'm mommy's baby! Hello! Okay. Okay. You missed the intro.
I didn't want to do it.
Okay, so where you want to start from? We could talk about when we first saw him come out.
Yes.
You go first. I already told him what I thought. If you watch my videos, you would know. Okay, so what, like when he came out, did you notice it? Or was it until like...
I didn't notice until I saw him in
the little warmer?
Yeah.
And what were you thinking?
Nothing. I thought it was normal.
They probably can't hear you.
I thought it was normal. And I didn't think anything of it. Until I went a couple times up there to see him. And I was like, there's something wrong with his legs and his hands. But I didn't know anything. So I didn't say anything. I don't know how. I only had one baby. I only seen one baby come out. 2 now.
The most annoying part that was like annoying to me was like whenever they came in the room and they were like, just take care of him like he's a normal baby.
He is a normal baby.
And I was like, really? Really? Right, son? You're perfectly normal. You're perfectly cute. You just get a little upset sometimes. Right?
Those babies need some special treatment.
You just get a little bit upset. But you're cute. Oh, where are you going? You were so mad. So, we went home and we had a pediatrician appointment the next day. And she just checked him out and then that was it. And she was like, yeah, he does have it. And then they gave us like we had to talk to our real pediatrician, Linda Hawley, because she was the one who was supposed to send us a referral, not her like person who kind of like takes care of the babies whenever they first come in, instead of her coming in like another person comes in. So we went the next day and then we got the referral from her, and then like over a couple of days they started calling me and they were like, okay, so we need to set up an appointment, and they had to make sure that I had to put him under my insurance, and that was a whole process, and it would take like 7 to 10 days for him just to be on the insurance. So they couldn't schedule an appointment until he was on the insurance, and so it was taking forever. And then while that was happening, we were having like OC people, like occupational therapy people coming over, and then the regular therapy people coming over. And I was scared, so I was like telling my dad, I was like, Dad, can you come over, because it's gonna be a guy who's coming over. And like when they would call, they wouldn't like schedule like a real appointment. They're just like, okay, well, I'm gonna come here, and they never said like who they were. They were just like, okay, well, I'm gonna come. I was like, but who the fuck are you? And Rolly has never been to a therapy session because he's always at work, so it's always me having to do it, and it's always me along with this little fatty. But finally his appointment had came up on the 17th of this month for his cast. What?
Fuck.
So the 17th came and we went to UT Health, and we talked to them, and well, I talked to them because they're only allowing one person to go. So I talked to them, and they were like, okay, so was he born with it, or did he like kind of like get it like throughout the days or something like that, or was he like hurt for it to happen? And I was like, he was born with it. And they were like, well, did they see it? And I was like, no. And they're like, okay, so they're like, so do you want it to get it casted? And I was like, yeah. I was like, well, what else are you gonna do about it? Like, you just gonna just look at it and just like, okay, goodbye. You gonna jump in at any point?
No, because I don't go to the thing, so.
So anyways, they were casting him up, and it was scary because they had to lay the baby down, and I had to hold him. Like, I had to hold his hands, and I had to hold the leg that they weren't working on, and they were like stretching his leg like so hard, and he was just screaming and turning red, and he wasn't having it. And then they gave us like this little sugar kind of like long squeezy tablet thing to put on his passy so we could give it to him, and it would like calm him down for like maybe like 5 seconds, and then like he would suck through it, so then he would like start screaming again, and it was just it was a big no-no. Like, I couldn't calm him down. And then they were like, okay, Mom, you can pick him up. So when I picked him up, he finally just like stopped crying. And they were like, oh, he smells you. And I was like, that's a lie, because he had never, ever, ever stopped crying when I pick him up. A big old lie. He was just being a big old crybaby. So then after that, I was with my dad. My dad was like in the passenger seat, and I made him come to the appointment with me. And I was like calling Rolly, and I was showing Rolly the baby's cast. And the first day was like the hardest day, because I don't know how to change his pampers without like, because you know how you usually like pick up a baby's legs and like change the pampers. Well, that was kind of hard because I was afraid to like grab him by the cast. So instead of grabbing him by the cast to change his pamper, I would like kind of like just like lift up his butt and like kind of like turn him to the side and wipe his butt like that. And it was really, really hard. Like, I'm telling you, like, So after that, I learned how to like change like a pampers, and my sister was there. She had spent like 4 or 5 days with us. Like, she would go home and then come back, and then go home and then come back, and we were like spending time just like laying down on the bed. And she was helping a lot with like pamper changes, and when he would get fussy, my sister would like calm him down and talk to him in like a baby voice, and he would like calm down real fast. And then like the next week had come where it was time for his 1 week, put it right there, it was time for his 1 week cast to get it redone. So they took off his cast, and like I'll insert some pictures of like when his casts were, he still had his first cast on, and then I'll insert some pictures of whenever they took his cast off. And I wasn't allowed to record. Well, I was allowed, but I couldn't because it was only me, and I had to hold him down while she would like kind of like saw the cast off. What is that, like a machine that kind of like, you ever had a cast before?
Yeah.
Okay, you know what I'm talking about, right? The machine.
I just used a little saw thing.
Whatever. So they were like, how does the baby handle it? And I was like, well, it's his first time, so I don't really know if he would cry. So he didn't cry at the sound. He was just kind of like looking for the sound, and it was kind of like bouncing off the wall, so he was kind of like looking over here and then looking over there. And finally they got it off, and his feet, they had like a pressure sores. So there's like this like black like little kind of like a dot. I don't know how to explain that, but it looks horrible. But his feet look so much better, like so much better, like just for the first cast. So when they were putting on the second cast, I had like pumped milk while I was waiting for the doctor. So I was trying to feed him, but he wasn't taking the food because he was just crying and turning red because she was like literally like stretching his foot out to try and get it like as straight as she can. And it was just screaming baby. And it was I was like, whenever the doctors would like leave the room, I would like cry, and I would just like, I don't know, going through this alone without this poo-poo head going to the appointments with me is like really hard, because I don't like to talk to the doctors, but I have to talk to the doctors because I'm his only voice for him when I'm alone. So like that's scary alone. And then him crying and screaming and not knowing how to calm him down is another thing that just like, so I'll be breaking down in the office, like just like crying, and then the doctor's coming in and I'm like, what, bitch, take that shit off. And then I have like a fucking mask on, so my nose is like in the fucking thing, and they're like looking at me like I'm crazy, like maybe I got some COVID or something. But it's a lot to undergo as one parent going to the appointment. Like, it's hard. Right, baby? It's hard. I'm not talking to you, I'm talking to him.
His yes and no.
But you want to see his first cast? Babe, get that one. So these are his first casts. As you can tell, they're like really like, they're really like this is how his leg goes, and then it's kind of like
She'll go that way.
Yeah, but you gotta like fix it. So they're like really curved, as you can tell. And this is the foot that had like the pressure source. It was like right here on his foot. You can kind of tell where there's like a big old indentation. And then on his other foot, the guy was like, whenever he was like holding it to like mold it to be tight on his like his thigh right here, he like left like this big old freaking indentation. So whenever they took the cast off, you can stop staring at me. Whenever they took the cast off, there was like this big old like lump in his leg, like a big old indentation. And I was like, is that fucking normal? Like, they're just, because it was a guy learning. They were trying to teach the guy how to put the cast on. And I don't know why, but every single time I go into the doctors, I do something. They're always training, like whenever I go in. Like, they don't train on other parents. And I kind of want to tell them, like, hey, you know, I want to get it done by like somebody who knows how to do it, not by someone who's going to train how to do it. But then I know there's not a lot of kids who go in there that need like a casting done like this for their feet. But I'm pretty sure there is, but you know, they have to like do patient by patient. We come in like once a week on Friday to get it done. And that bitch is expensive. That bitch is expensive. We pay $70 every single fucking time we go. Yeah.
There's poo-poo on it.
Yeah, it's got some blowout. But show them his feet. Oh, let me put these back. Let me show you. These come. So I think I'm gonna like super glue these, like these parts that they had gotten sawed off, like sawed apart. I'm gonna super glue them, and then I'm gonna like either like stick them on the wall and like put them as like kind of like a milestone type of thing. But look, this is his foot, and then this is like his foot.
They can't see the curve. So that one.
Okay.
That's how it looked. And now.
And this is like just like the first cast. You can't really tell, but like you can like, yeah. Basically, it's a lot of improvement. But I'll insert the videos of what the casts look like now and what they looked like before and when they were taken off, and you'll get to see his feet. And these are his hands. His hands also have it. They're angled down like this, and they only go like this far. They don't go like ours. And his elbows don't bend either. They kind of just like go like this far. But can you like show them his elbows? So like they're like just like skinny, like all the way down, and they're like this, and they only bend like. Can you go to the front now? They only bend like that much. So we constantly have to like be bending it and be like stretching his hands like this, like, oh shit, like I can't, like we have to bend like this, and we have to do that a lot, like a lot, and his feet, you had to like push him, like before he had his cast on, you had to like push his little toes up and then to the side. So like you push him up and out. And it's a process. But now that he has the cast on, the other thing that we have to like really focus on is his hands. And then just like the good thing about it is that his legs are like his thigh area right here is like actually movable, and like he can bend his knee, because some babies aren't able to bend their knees and they're kind of just like straight, right son? And then there's also other babies who are born with their hands like kind of like I don't know how to explain that, but like their hands are like their fingers are like clumped up to each other where like they're stuck, and they have to like put them in like stuff. And then their toes also, like there's ones where like their toes are like bending in and their foot's kind of like this, so they have to like put it in a cast and try to like stretch their toes out and kind of. And his isn't like that bad, but it could be. It could have been, but his is a little bit better, right son? Right? Yeah. I really don't like that doctor. She was like, just act like he's a normal baby. And I was like, does he not look like a normal baby? Like, just the fact that his hands are curved and his feet are curved don't mean shit, bitch. It's pretty normal. He cries, he poops, and he pees like any other baby. Right? Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And like the best thing about it is like everybody in our family is like really like supportive of it, and they're like, he's gonna get better, right? Right?
No, I'm just looking at that blood clot.
Right?
Yes.
Why don't you talk? Tell them a story about
what?
this. Something you've found hard trying to do.
Nothing.
You haven't had a hard time changing his Pampers when you first saw the cast? You just did it like a boss?
Yeah. I told you the first time, I was like, do I do this? Then I had to do it for myself, and
so he's like really fussy, like really fussy. Like the first few days, maybe like the first 2-3 days, he's like, but the first day he's like, woo, very fussy. But after that, he gets pretty back to his normal routine, gets back in it, and then Friday comes, new cast, boom, back at it all over again.
Doesn't want to eat the whole day.
So he only, like from like eating 120, 130 millimeters, he'll go to like 50 and under. And we kind of like, we try to like feed him, but he's just letting it like just
spill out of his mouth.
Yeah. And then like I try to put him on the titty, and he'll suck on my titty for like a little while, but then after a while he'll just like my milk will like keep on coming out, and like he'll just like let it go on his face, and then it's just a big old mess. So yeah.
lot of stuff, but we can handle it.
Because I was telling Rolly, like, what were the possibility that we would be the parents who would, how do you say that?
Receive our child like this.
No, it's not like this. Because I don't think it's in our genetics. I don't think so. But it's like 1 in 3,000, 3 million people get it. And I was like, well, what were the chances that we were that 1%? But then I was telling Rolly, there's these other dads out here who are like leaving the baby mamas, and the baby mama's like trying to do it alone, and she's having a hard time.
You can't always say the baby mamas. Sometimes the mamas leave.
Okay, but
The daddy.
most of the time it's the dads.
You can't always say that.
Most of the time it's the dads.
The dads?
They're deadbeats.
Not all of them?
Yes, well, not
No.
all of them, but fucking 75% of the chances. Try and tell me no.
60.
Not fucking 60, bitch. More.
No. There's some good dads out there.
You want to win an award?
Yeah.
Anyways, most of the time it's the dads who leave the baby mama to go and talk to some other bitch and go out and have a baby with them, and then they don't want that baby and they hop on over to another girl and they think that they're winning, but you not. Quit doing that.
It's the girls too. You can't always say, there's some girls out there that don't want their child, and the dads do. And that's why the moms do bad stuff to the babies.
Okay, but that's postpartum depression. You can't bring that into the conversation.
Still.
That's a whole nother conversation.
Still. There's some dads
Anyways,
that are good.
so the mom has to basically do it on her own, and sometimes the family like throws her away, like kind of neglects her because she had a baby at like a young age or whatever, and she's got to do it alone, and it's hard. And I was like, we actually like each other. No, we don't. Right, son? We don't like each other.
He likes
We just
staring at me.
deal with each other. Like, we hate each other. We hate each other's guts. But at the end of the day,
I still love him.
he doesn't love me. He doesn't. He doesn't buy me roses. He doesn't buy me food without me asking. He doesn't help me clean. Like, he'll just be throwing his clothes all over the floor and doesn't help me clean.
Well, all those people out there that buying roses and getting food for them, like, on a heartbeat.
Why wish you were like that?
Those guys leave. Ever noticed?
No.
And those guys that don't do shit, always playing games out there, always with that woman,
Shut up.
and they love them 24/7.
You don't love me 24/7. You tell me you're fucking annoying.
You tell me the same thing, so I have to tell you back.
And then you like to throw you're fucking annoying with your hand. Like, 'cause you're fucking rude to me. You don't love me. Anyways, we're getting off a track. We're talking about our son here. So he's like the cutest little thing. Like, he's so cute. Like, you see him? He has like chubby cheeks. Like his dad, who gained like 40 pounds since I got pregnant. Look at him. Fat. You remember Rolly being skinny? Not anymore. He's got like a chin.
I don't have no chin. My hair's hiding.
I have chin. Anyways. Ew, that looked like Rylan. Stop. When Rylan takes his pictures. I'll insert a picture. A family picture where Rylan's doing that. I'll insert it. Okay. So anyways.
She does that every time.
It's love. It's love.
It's bullying.
It's love.
Sometimes she does it harder and she's like, it was just soft. My butt. Punch harder than these guys out here.
So he's really cute, and he He has like a really strong grip. Like you give him your finger, you give him something to hold on to. This he's just like
Death grip. Wouldn't let it go.
death grip on your ass. Put up in a Rust song right now. Ugh, stop.
How you were?
Yeah. 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 He is lovely. He is cute. He is wonderful. He is amazing. Right, Bubby? You're so cute. Mommy loves you. He's very fussy. So right now is Friday, Saturday. Today's like his third day. Like having his cast on. And he's getting better. He's eating his bottles. He's sucking on the titty. He's going back to his schedule. So yeah. That is Arthrogryposis.
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 Onomatopoeia.
Onomatopoeia arthrogryposis. Say it. Say it.
I don't know how to say it.
Arthrogryposis. I don't know how to say it either.
Arthrogryposis.
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 Arthrogryposis. Our baby has arthrogryposis. This is the end.
Yeah.
We'll do like end of the clip. Bloopers. Insert the sign. Bloopers. Dun, 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 dun.
Who's doing a blooper?
We are. We're gonna put all the times that you want to be fighting with me in the camera. Like this. Gah.
I'm scared of her. Every time she tries to like backhand me, I always flinch.
Like that. I'll just be like this. Like I'll just like pick up my hand like randomly, and like if I was like to reach for something, he's like, oh.
That's how you know she beats me all the time.
No, I don't. I am lovely. I am wonderful. I'm loving. I'm kind.
That's one thing.
Okay, but if you had a problem with it, your ass would be out the door. And are you out the door? No.
Cause I left you.
He doesn't mean that. He doesn't mean that.
More than you do.
I'll do like this. How do I do that? The glasses thing? Am I doing it? Am I doing it?
Yeah. See how she needs? I'm doing it. She turns into Thanos and shit.
You didn't even talk about this whole video. It was just me. Like I could have done this video all by myself.
I'm support.
You're the fat support.
Like, you'll be support on my games.
So, what's up, homie? We have to take a thumbnail. Bring the baby.
Hello, baby. Hello. Come here. Come here. Yeah. Yeah. I know. He doesn't want to get out.
Look at you, handsome.
We gotta show his legs.
Oh!
Okay, no. Let me get his test real fast.
Hurry up.
Let me see.
Move your fucking hand. Okay, that's good enough. Here. Here we are. Peace out! This is cut. End of the video. Oh, 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 oh.